When your kids are old enough that it's time to start setting a curfew, it's also time for parents to have a strategy set in their mind if that child doesn't get home on time. Parenting consultant Chris Peterson has some ideas to help parents turn a broken curfew into a real learning experience for their kids. Well, as our kids get older, they like to stay out a little bit later. So this time we're going to talk about curfew, hopefully how to have very few problems with it, and even take a look at it preventatively. So you have a little phrase here you were using.
Yeah, Love and Logic experts, we provide a lot of choices and freedom to screw up, to mess up when the cost is small. I want my child to go through those younger years and middle school years with making hundreds of mistakes and learning how to get themselves through those problems when the cost is small. We know that consequences do the teaching, empathy locks in the learning, and when we can let our child mess up with the small stuff, it ups the odds that they don't have to tackle those life or death decisions.
All right, and it's one of those things, we were giggling about this. It's kind of a real thing to me, but as far as it's happening in my life right now, but it can be a very serious thing. Like if your child is not home, this can cause a lot of worry. So we need to have something in place to hopefully make that child realize how important curfews are.
Sure.
So let's say if I came to you, and I know there's a football game tonight, and I'm asking you as a parent, the game's tonight, that's what I plan on doing, what time do I have to be home?
Oh, hey, do you want to be home at 10, or do you think you'll need an extra half an hour?
Now most kids will say, I'll take the extra half an hour, right? They're going to say, I'll make it 10:30.
So now I'm kind of the good guy because I provided a choice. I gave you some power and control over when you're going to be home.
All right, now what happens though if I don't actually make it home by 10:30?
Well, the old attitude would be to be upset, get angry, maybe go into lecture mode. And Dad at this point is probably kind of like, all right, the kid messed up. Now I'm going to take him through a process of delivering consequences with empathy. So this dad might be like, let's say the kid comes home late. In the morning, he might say, oh, buddy, man, do I love you. I was worried about you last night. Spent a lot of time wondering where you were at. And the kid's going to say something like,
well, so am I in trouble now?
Yeah, well, you know what? That energy that I put in to worrying about you, and the last couple days I've been thinking about what to do. I haven't gotten a lot of my work done here at home. So why don't you just plan on getting that done, and I'm sure that'll help put some of that energy back into me. And the kid's gonna not, he's not gonna say, oh, well, gee, thanks, Dad. He's gonna say, well, that's not fair. And I don't get into the argument. I might say a phrase like, I love you too much to argue. And I'll say, if this stuff's taken care of by Sunday at noon, I imagine we can go on our way.
And very quickly, one of the things he did mention as well that we didn't share yet is some people actually use an alarm clock. It's on the opposite side of the bed, so it's right near the parent, and you set it for that 10:30 time or whatever the curfew is, and the child has to come home and turn it off. So if it goes off, your child isn't home yet. And you even mentioned you might want to make it so the child has to reach over you to turn it off.
Wise parents are pretty smart. Once we start getting into this, we put the alarm clock far enough away that they have to reach a little bit, and as they're reaching over, we can do a little sniff test and see how wise my child's being.
Just in case, if that's an issue too. All right, thanks a lot, Chris.
You bet.
If you want to check out more information about some different parent tips, you can always go to our website at news8000.com.